Oh, so many friends to visit with here at the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board booth at the World Dairy Expo. We're in the marketplace. Lots of activity for a Friday afternoon. There are vendors here in the marketplace that are actually selling Wisconsin cheese. Here at the Milk Marketing Board, we're telling about how we want to sell more Wisconsin cheese. Kathy Hart's with us from the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. And this young lady is the person that's out there trying to get people to pay attention to that made in Wisconsin, real Wisconsin cheese labels. That's pretty much your call.
That's right. I work with all the cheese and dairy companies in the state, make sure that they are putting the logo, because that's the best way for consumers to see that sign of quality, that it is made in Wisconsin, so it's top quality cheese and dairy products. So they have to look for that Wisconsin cheese or dairy logo. And
what does it mean? What does it mean? Do we have special standards, Kathy, before that label can be affixed?
well, for the Wisconsin cheese logo, they need to be a plant that's located physically in the state, which then means that they're going to be using Wisconsin milk. And that's really the first sign and a major step for quality for any kind of dairy product. We also have another logo, which is a master's mark, which does have some very specific requirements attached to it, since it can only be made by certified master cheesemakers.
Right. Isn't that the master mark right there?
Nope, that's the Wisconsin cheese logo.
That's the Wisconsin cheese logo. We'll find a master's mark for you because we got a master right over here.
And it's actually on his sign.
We'll talk about that. So talk to me a little bit, Kathy, then about what that means when you start talking with the retailers or with those food processors. What do they hear that makes them want to have that on their package?
They hear it from their customers saying that they want to have a quality product, and they know that Wisconsin cheese means quality. So for them, if they're not already using Wisconsin cheese, the first step is they have to get a supplier who provides Wisconsin cheese, and then they can use that logo, and that's really, actually, they tell us, really helps them with sales because that's a sign of quality.
Really? So the customers are coming in and going site-specific to that?
Yes, they're looking for that logo, and they're wanting that on the product.
How tough is it? I mean, here we are in Wisconsin, and I'm so ignorant about this. I just assume pretty easy to get Wisconsin cheese anywhere, but I guess it's not.
Well, a lot of the cheese is out in the rest of the country. Of course, you can find it everywhere around here, but you can find it in a lot of retailers. But we tell them that you need to look for the Wisconsin cheese logo to make sure that they're getting Wisconsin cheese. Yeah. But cheese companies in the state here do distribute all across the country. In fact, 90% of the cheese in the state leaves the state and is distributed all around the U.S.
Right. So, challenges in 2016. What do you got for goals or for specific targets in 2016, Kathy?
Well, we're looking to get even more companies to use the logo because identification is the first thing. And, of course, all the cheese companies we work with do promote Wisconsin, and we like to work with them and partner with them to make sure we're getting that message out that starts with Wisconsin quality milk, makes a quality product. And it's something to look for across the country then.
Well, we're going to see if we can one of those master cheesemakers. Thank you, Kathy Hart. Let's swing over this way and introduce you to one of our master cheesemakers. In fact, he's a special master cheesemaker with the history of the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board. Tom Jenny is his name. He is with Carr Valley Cheese. Sorry to blindside you there, Tom. He's got some customers here sampling. But behind Tom, you'll also see the master mark, which is that logo that Kathy was talking about, signifying a guy like Tom that has dedicated a lot of his career to upping his skill level. Tell me your story, Tom. When did you start as a cheesemaker, and how did you get connected with our master cheesemakers and the Milk Marketing Board?
Well, like a lot of cheesemakers, my family was in the business, and then I worked there originally in my dad's plant, growing up, working part-time in the weekends, washing vats, the dirty jobs. And then I went in the Navy, got out with a wife and a child, and I was going to go to work for my dad part-time at the cheese plant, and then go to college full-time, but now it was the other way around. I went to college part-time, work full-time.
Sure.
So I kind of like taking milk and turning it into something, food, you know. So, and then the Master Cheesemaker program came back around in 1993, and so I jumped on board right away because I thought it was a good deal for the whole state and for cheesemakers in general. And the rest is history.
Wow. So now there's a special significance, though. Are you like the first graduate of some of the cheesemaking classes Wisconsin started?
I am, but I think it's because of the last initial is J. Because everybody was after me. But yeah, I have the claim. I was the only master cheesemaker in the United States for about 20 seconds.
Well, they listen. 15 seconds of fame, baby. You stretched it an extra 5. That's pretty cool. Now, tell me, how rigorous is the training if you're going to become a Wisconsin Master Cheesemaker?
Well, it's very rigorous because if we made it easy, everybody'd want it.
Yeah,
it wasn't be worth anything. So you have to be a licensed cheesemaker for at least 10 years.
Oh, really?
And you have to be working actively making cheese. Then to get a cheese, qualify for cheese, you have to do that cheese for at least 5 years. So then what you do is you apply for the program, and then somebody from the Center for Dairy Research and a master cheesemaker will come and interview you.
Really?
And then you take them through the plant, and then they go back to the board of directors, and they say yay or nay.
Wow.
And then so you can't always get in, even though you apply. So then once you get accepted, then you go in 3 years. You have to take 5 mandatory classes and 3 elective classes, and then you have to send samples in every year. It has to meet the criteria for that cheese. Okay. And then you take a final exam. Okay. And then you go back in front of the board, and they say yay or nay, and it's usually yes if you got that far. Yeah. And then you graduate.
Wow. But you only can do this now, basically 1 cheese variety at a time.
No, you can do 2 at a time.
2 now, but it used to be just 1.
No, it was always 2.
Oh, it was always. See, that's why I am not a master cheesemaker.
Originally, I only went for 1 because all I made was Swiss cheese. That's all I could do. But since then, I became a master in Fontina and Gouda, and I'm going to graduate again this spring if I pass my test, which I'm sure I can, in 2 specialty cheeses.
Really? So you'll be up to 5?
I'll be up to 5, right.
Wow. That's quite a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah, we have one gentleman in the States who's got 11. 9?
Wow.
No, 9.
Wow.
Yep,
So do you, is there anything similar about those cheeses that make it something that you want to kind of keep working on, or how do you select which cheeses you want to try to be a master of?
Well, you have to, like I said, you have to make it for at least 5 years. So you have to have a market for it. Yeah. Otherwise, if you make it once a year, it's not going to work. So, anyway, and you just try to perfect it. Try to get it taste good, good body, good texture.
Yeah. Well, I think judging by all the people that have been bumping into my cameraman, they like it. They like it pretty good, Tom.
I'm just about running out of cheese, so that's good.
Yeah. No, one thing we were talking about with Tom, too, is trying to encourage that next generation. You know, this is a story in agriculture. We are doing this every day, all the time, in every facet. We need more young dairy farmers. We need more young farm broadcasters. We need more young cheesemakers. How is that coming along?
Pretty slow. Unfortunately, a lot of kids don't want to do this kind of work. Yeah. I hear that from talking to all kinds of cheesemakers around the state. They're all having the same problem, trying to keep help. Yeah. Kids just don't want to do this kind of thing. So it's really hard finding a person that's really motivated and really likes making cheese, and then keeping them interested so they stick around. Right. I've had several guys that were really interested, and then they got burned out, so to speak, and they left. So. And I'm guessing you're like a lot of the Wisconsin cheesemakers. If there's somebody listening to this or seeing this video and you are interested in the industry, find a guy like Tom. You'd mentor anybody. You'd give them the straight shot. Yes, I would. We need the young blood, so to speak. Yeah, we do. Keep it going. That's right. I agree. None of us getting any younger. That's for sure. Unfortunately. But we keep smiling. We keep going. Very good. Thanks for joining me, Tom. Okay, Pam. Thank you. You bet. Tom Jenny along with us from the Carr Valley Cheese. So busy thinking about all the varieties that he's in charge of and master of. He is one of the guests here at the Wisconsin Milk Marketing Board's Marketplace location here in the Alliant Energy Center Expo Hall. We're in the home stretch of World Dairy Expo. I'm Farm Director Pam Yankee.